There's a very big difference between a stare and a glare.
Charlene Pell feels seen, just not always understood.
I saw this face that I didn't recognize. There's no explanation for me to be alive, but that God spared my life.
How would you describe your life before 1994?
I was sort of living the life I had always dreamed of. I was in love and engaged to an amazing man.
They were Bahamas bound in his private plane when dreams suddenly unraveled.
The right landing gear does not lock, and the left wing clipped the trees. And then that caused the plane to start catapulting.
Knocked unconscious in the crash, she came to, her fiancé calling her to jump.
The next thing I know is I'm being propelled to the ground by a deafening explosion.
Her fiancé died at the hospital. Pell suffered excruciating burns on 2/3 of her body.
I nearly died at least a half a dozen times.
The burn center didn't have mirrors and you asked for one. What did you see?
Tears streamed down my eyes. I thought to myself, okay, I have a choice here. I can either just be bitter and mad at the world forever. I might as well be dead. Or I can just say, okay, I'm going to make the best of this.
She re-entered the world. Society took note.
People stared at me.
The looks inspired a vision, her nonprofit Facing Forward, teaching tactics to destigmatize disfigurement.
Say I'm out at the grocery store with my young children and we run into you, and my child asks me, Mom, what happened to her?
Tell the child to say hello and to talk to me, because pulling me away or othering me or making me different, then that instills that fear.
Through 65 surgeries, she faced her fears and found true love.
He said, you have a beauty that transcends anything physical.
What is your hope for this story?
When a viewer sees someone of difference, that they will perhaps have a second thought as to how they approach them and to value that individual for who they are, not what they look like.
Facing Forward, Pell puts pen to paper, pushing for statewide protections, and writing a memoir telling her story in her words.
Reading is so therapeutic because, you can identify with the characters. I got a card just a few weeks ago, I almost bring tears to my eyes, from a client I had worked with, and she said, what a delight it was to see a familiar face in those books. That's why I do it. You're giving them the freedom to be who they are, to love who they are, to just get beyond what society says is beautiful. It's freeing.
It's one thing to be seen, another to be known. In Greensboro, Megan Malaris, WFMY News 2.